Good evening, Speed Gaming, and welcome to another edition of this Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Weekly. Not weekly, it's the Randomizer Tournament 2023. Lordy. Anyway, week 4 of the Swiss round, Gimpxtreme versus jkoper. I'm Leslie Pro, joined by DLP316. How you doing tonight?
Doing well, doing well. Yep, for a minute there, I thought we weren't going to have any Mario 3 today since the earlier match got canceled. This one got pushed back just a little bit, but happy to be here, and I think we're going to have a really close matchup between these two, so I'm looking forward to it.
As am I. Now, the other match that was supposed to happen today got rescheduled to Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Yeah. So we have a Group 1 flag set here, so that means that all the levels are shuffled. Hammers might break locks, and it's question mark panels. And also the beta stages will be mixed in there as well.
And we're just about to get underway here. Chat, what world are we getting?
I'm going to go with 7.
I'll go 5. Something middle of the road.
Yeah, between the runners, I think Gimpxtreme has played in just about, actually both of them I think have played in maybe all but one of the tournaments. We've got a couple of veterans here going head to head, so I think we're going to have a pretty close matchup here, and it's World 2.
An interesting detail up front is one of the forts is red. When you see that, then that means you're gonna get just one fort in World 5. It always builds the bridge underneath. Ooh, Zonite.
Yep, we got a hand stage here that's going to have a fire flower, so every hand stage's reward is going to be a fire flower for the seed. It looks like this fort is going to be required no matter what because of that lock placement, so they're going to have to play through and beat this one. And they're going to have to do it without power-ups.
Instead, we get stars.
Gimp doing some nice P-speed strats through that castle. The elevator just has a couple of ghosts, so it's harmless. Kind of a tight arena here, so you really want to get on Boom Boom as soon as you're able to.
Absolutely, because if Boom Boom starts jumping around, and this is especially true in the vanilla game, he can take all sorts of wacky bounces off those blocks.
Oh yeah, if I've ever lost the stun on Boom Boom, I think I take damage 100% of the time.
Yep, especially in that fort.
Oh.
Oh no, Gimp misses the jump. Oh, and jkoper does a turn back at the wrong moment.
So both taking deaths pretty much at the same time, or basically even at this point.
That's basically a wash. Gimp finds a mushroom, jkoper hits the P-switch.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Gimp almost fumbled on that spinner, and jkoper almost got
right there.
hitbox. This stage, it looks like, alright, jkoper is going to get a power-up, which is nice. He's got to avoid this Paragoomba, though.
Now they both got to avoid a lack of 2 and spiny eggs.
Yep. And Gimp retakes the lead. See which way jkoper goes on the map. Alright, he's gonna go up top as well.
Yep, but he's gonna take on a hammer bro first. Let's see the prize. A cloud.
Nice. I'm a pretty big advocate of playing Hammer Brothers in the early worlds, especially when you don't know if hammers break locks. It's going to be just such a huge advantage, as, I mean, my race was pretty much proof of that.
Yep.
It's always good to check for some hammers or clouds early. Looks like Gimp's probably going to get the same items as well.
It's all good, Zero Wing. Actually, no, it's a star.
Hopefully he fights the other one. Which, it should come towards him and he'll probably play it.
Yeah, each played the opposite hammer bro in this situation.
Yeah, jkoper can save some time if he decides to skip that.
I like the decision to play it here because it is early, and it's not nearly as long of a stage as, say, 5-9 or Atlantis.
Right, and the enemy set. Oh my gosh, Gimp. Wow. The enemy set, when you see the large enemies, you know there's not going to be a boss bass, so when you see the large enemy set, it's usually going to be a pretty easy enemy set. Okay.
Only thing not so easy is if an angry sun spawns in the bottom and doesn't go away. Check clips in the Discord when you get a chance, and you'll see what I mean.
So it's going to be a wash between the runners for the Hammer Brothers, since they both played both of them. jkoper should get a fire flower here.
Morton, extra super salty tonight.
Yep, 542. jkoper might get the fire kill. He does. So, about a 12-second lead for Gimp at the moment.
jkoper made some seconds up on that fire kill there.
Yeah, I'm still going to go with World 7, is my guess. Another cloud.
But World 1, and we gotta play
Both.
a couple forts. Oh, and it starts with 7F2 on Gimp's end. I might have gone for the upper fort first, because this looks like a scenario for playing 2.
Yeah. So, unless, which neither of them would do, but unless there's a hammer play, I mean, both forts are going to be required. If, assuming that the other fort is Fort Knox, exiting this fort with the tail would be a pretty big advantage, or just using one from the inventory before going into the next fort in case it is Fort Knox. You have to sort of play that it's going to be, I think. So we'll see what the runners do. Gimp's got a tail, so, and there it goes.
So at least he's out as Super Mario, so if it does turn out to be 7F1, he'll... Oh, no!
Oh,
no! jkoper dying at the end of 7F2. You really don't want to see that, but hey, fortunately for Koper, it's Navy.
Yeah. That's really fortunate, because he would have lost even more time having to get the Tanuki suit, or even taking the death and going back to 7F2, so it's really fortunate that it's Navy, but it's going to give Gimp a bit of a lead at this point. You never want to take a death that late in a fort, especially 7F2, since it's really one of the longest forts in the game.
Not just the longest, but one of the most nerve-wracking and nasty forts. But he does have a flower and a star, and he's using both here. I know it's early, but I still respect this play because a power-up into 7F2 is way better than small 7F2.
Yeah. Using a star going into 7F2 is always a good play. Gimp thankfully got through that stage with only taking damage once.
Making me nervous, jkoper.
Gimpxtreme gets a frog suit or a mushroom, since it's usually damage boosted out of, like that.
That might have been a yummy input, but not likely.
Oh, man. Expert moves by jkoper to get through there without taking any damage. That was impressive.
Sure, 5 hit's a very tough level to get through without taking a hit.
Yep, he did the whole thing small with just the star at the beginning. It's pretty good.
$217, I guess? I don't know.
Another mushroom.
It sits with a pipe up front, but past the level.
It's a pretty interesting setup to the start of this World 6. I didn't quite get a good look, so I have to take a look again to see exactly what you have to do.
Meanwhile, jkoper is out of World 2.
I think you can go in this pipe. Yeah. But if it takes you behind the rock, then it's useless, and Koper's just going to play the level and not even check. Or
Gimp?
now.
No, Gimp had a bit of a decided, wait, what am I doing?
Or Gimp, yeah, that's Gimp, that's what I meant. Not Koper. Alright, so.
Ooh, that's a whammy.
Useless pipe, and all 4 pipes are right by each other, so this is going to be doing 6 the long way. Gimp blind clouds that level.
Nah, semi-blind. It was 3-4. He just wanted to get past it, deal with the hammer, bro.
Oh, that's right. He took, yeah. Right.
Nice one-up grab. Ooh, hammerless on the sledge bro fight. Very nice.
Yeah, I would say it was a troll pipe, except all of them were troll pipes in this world.
Yeah, the whole thing was a troll pipe. It really was. And now we get 7-7, the Muncher run.
Let's see if Gimp tries to go for the 2-cycle.
Setup looks good. Nails it. Oh, gets hit at the end, but it doesn't matter. Still got through it, only 2 stars.
Yep, very nice. Lakitu outsmarted Gimp that time, so he has to take the bottom route.
There's a setup for that I need to relearn at some point. It's pretty cool. It saves you, like, time versus having to go the long way. Uh-oh, Coper's getting stun locked here for a bit. Gets out of it.
Yeah, it definitely saves a decent amount of time, especially if you can get bopped on top and then get P-speed.
And it's 7-3, but no star run this time. Gimp flying up and over the Lakitu for a moment. Looks like jkoper's going to need that third star. Almost thought he had that set up. Uh-oh.
He's gonna... Alright, he makes it.
And Gimp does not like 3-3 on this seed. Instead, he's going after the fort, which is the Air Force.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen the same amount of obstructions as we have forts, so I'm thinking that something's probably going to need to be broken or built at the end, so might as well play the fort that's in your way instead of the level.
Yeah, that makes sense. Unless there was a bridge out, where the bridge is normally out for 6F2 and vanilla, then you wouldn't have to necessarily play the fort, although I'd be more inclined to play the fort anyway at this point because 7F2 is out of the way.
Yeah, I don't think
that
there
bridge
was...
is there, never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, now that's a twist. We need both forts.
Yeah, there definitely wasn't a bridge missing, so...
Oh, there's 3 forts. This just got very interesting very fast. I completely missed that there was a fort there, because normally for my seats a fort is almost never there.
Yeah, it's interesting, but I don't think... Koper already scrolled past the fort he has to play, so he's probably going to make the same routing play as Gimp made, so probably going to break even pretty much on time, besides the death that Gimp took in 3-3. And he's clear. Alright, Gimp gets a mushroom, thankfully, for his fight with Lemmy here. Probably 5 hits. He always
and Lemmy's in his home arena, so no easy fire kills this time around.
Jumbo.
Extra Jumbo, to answer a question in chat, there are no warp whistles in this seat. Oh, hammers don't break locks. jkoper just got a big piece of information.
Yeah, that's very useful information that you can definitely use to your advantage. You might think, like, oh shucks, it doesn't break the lock, that's useless now, but I mean, now he knows that he can sort of plan for the stages that he has left where a hammer will actually be useful and where it won't.
Here's a world where it won't help him. World 5, because there's nothing to break. In fact, it's just the one fort. It's right up front, and Gimp gets disco waffled.
Yep, so one fort, this will build the bridge to the other side, and then since there's only one pipe, there's definitely potential for a little bit of a skip up top, depending on what leads you where.
Gimp with a nice move to avoid taking damage from a flying Cheep.
Is Gimp gonna play the Hammer Brothers? That's the question.
Personally, I'd take down at least one to reduce the risk of a marathon.
Use a star, get a cloud.
It's a good exchange. Sketchy fight from jkoper, but takes care of Lemmy.
Alright, now is this gonna be the Paradox Pipe, or... Okay. So now he can skip one level if he goes in that pipe. Yep, there you go.
And Blind Cloud to
He
skip
might do it
another.
again. No, he's not. It's a good thing he didn't, because this is a really short, easy beta level if you know where the enemies' spawns are.
Yeah, once you know where they spawn, it's just a case of read what's on the screen and react. Read, react. Read what's in front of you, react accordingly. So what's randomized? You have world maps randomized with random stages, random forts, random power-ups to an extent, with the exception of 7F1 and 6.5 as two examples, because you need to fly to beat those levels. As for this specific flag set, it's all question mark tiles, with a 50-50 chance of hammers breaking locks. And this time that 50-50 said no.
Hopefully jkoper knows to go in that pipe after he plays this, and it looks like Gimp blind clouded 5-6.
Not a bad level 2 blind cloud.
Now, it can be tricky with some of the platforming, but it's also, I mean, all levels considered, it's not that long of a level though, but I mean, it can be tricky with the platforming, so not a bad level to cloud. Hopefully jkoper goes in the pipe here. Alright, good.
Good call.
Another cloud from Toadstool.
Fort up front, Gimp goes see a fort, play a fort, and I thought we were gonna see this earlier than we actually did. Now, the World 1 fort has its own interesting properties with the randomizer. The logic always assumes that you'll go for the item, even though Gimp can't because he doesn't have a tail, and he could still clip his way to the item room, but I can only think one person that's done that. But anyway, that particular lock is never hard required. However, that lock can be in a very annoying place.
Yeah, I think this is the play to make. A lot of times, even in 7, where you'd think a lock wouldn't really affect your route, is just in a really horrible spot. Definitely just play it through. He's still got his fire flower. We'll see if jkoper doesn't play it. We'll see, you know, if it was the right move to make or not. So I imagine jkoper is probably going to at least check.
Oh, he's a 3-hit heavy, Roy. And chat does point out that auto-scrollers are indeed turned off with the exception of 3 levels. 5-9, because they tried beta testing that level without auto-scrolling years ago. It broke. There's Atlantis, a hidden level, and now Gimp knows about hammers not breaking locks. And the other auto-scroller would be our coin heavens.
I didn't see which island the other fort is on. Koper, alright, well, we're gonna see how inconvenient the lock actually is, because he's just gonna press on.
It's not on Promised Land. The fort you want is South Central Island.
Yeah, alright, Gimp found it. Alright, the lock is... Oh. Isn't that the pipe that took Gimp down there?
Okay, so that lock from that side is inconvenient, but there is another way.
Gimp found two ways to this fort. One required a level, and this one was straight to the fort. Nice
The one cycle. Nicely done.
Oh, Koper, careful. Do not want to go to the bottom, especially small.
Yeah, you go to the bottom small, chances are you're getting that. Although, to be fair, jkoper got intercepted by a Paragoomba.
Koper's just gonna cloud. That's, yeah, so that lock... If Koper had played that fort, he could have checked that pipe, and it would have taken him where he needed to go, so... If he doesn't play the fort, he's gonna have to take the other way that Gimp found, which requires him to play a level. Oh no, there he found... Okay. Oh wow, so jkoper
him out right there.
Yeah, I think jkoper actually routed 7 a little better. I didn't realize you could do that.
Oh no, Koper got hit, so he's got to reset the room. And doing that here is not pleasant. It takes a good 10-15 seconds. So you're probably better off just doing that. Take a death, try again.
Yeah, does he have no power-ups?
I don't think I've seen his inventory for a while, as we do welcome in a new audience. Welcome, SpeedGaming Portuguese. As this is the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament 2023. Chat pointing out that Koper's got frog suits as we head into World 4 next. With a fort up front, and it is super tanks.
Yep. See a fort, play a fort in World 4 always, because a bridge is always going to need to be built. So you never want to have to come back to this starting island. So you see the fort, you play it, you're done, you never have to come back. And it happens to be the correct fort, so everybody wins.
And even if it's not, there's a chance that it helped you out.
Gimp doing some nice P-speed strats, almost gets over the H, but making short work of this level. What is this, 3-9?
It's 3-9. No big fish, but we got fish underneath it, and it's a blooper and a cheap cheap. Pretty innocuous.
Feels like Gimp has held on to this Fire Flower for a long time. He's really doing a nice job of avoiding damage, and you know, when you do that just every little bit, I mean, you're saving time, so... And he's gonna Blind Cloud again. He's still got one left over. So, as long as you use your clouds before World 8, in my opinion, it's gonna be a good cloud use. As long as they're not in your inventory at the end of the game, it's a good cloud use.
For sure. I also want to minimize the amount of hammers you have in your inventory, but that's easier said than done, especially on seeds where hammers aren't breaking locks. Because some seeds will just feed you so many hammers that you can use them all and still have a couple left over. Ooh, heavy Koopaling, all 5 hits. Oh boy. Iggy is tired of being stuffed into a locker, and this time wanted to stuff Gimpxtreme into a locker, but Gimp's like,
Yep, we got 1 world left. What jkoper's gonna double cloud here, so it looked like Gimp was starting to pull away, but if jkoper can avoid that second hammer bro, he's not going to be too far behind. And he can screen scroll past if he holds left, and he does. So,
yeah.
jkoper closing the gap.
Yeah, unlike other games that use screen scrolls, that particular screen scroll is painless and relatively free. Shoutouts to Zelda 1. Ooh, this looks to be a pretty nasty World 3, as this looks like our 3-fort world.
Yep, 3 forts, we only see 1 lock, so unless the locks are on... Well, there's another one. There could be a 3rd one on that final island, you never know.
Yeah, at this point, I just start taking out forts.
Yeah, absolutely. It's way too much of a risk to... I mean... The odds are you're going to have to play a fort, so you might as well start taking them down.
And in this seed, for those coming in late, hammers do not break locks, so... Unfortunately, our runners are going to get no respite in this particular situation, as Gimp is doing some jumpies. That platform is pixel perfect to Mario's height, so... Might as well take full advantage. First fort says no. And both runners are in the same fort at the same time, but jkoper's got to get a power up.
Yep, jkoper might have guessed correctly on the first try, but unfortunately, Gimp's still gonna keep the advantage by having the tail already. Alright, that was it.
Survey said, bam!
jkoper, all in all, is going to save time here, though.
And a lot of it. Looks like the great equalizer that is World 8, it could very well come into play here in chat. That's not a prediction. That is a potential spoiler. But a lot of it's going to depend on how Wendy
Gimp's
behaves.
gotta be
That
careful.
onion ring 5-hitter Gimp goes down. That puts Coper in the temporary lead.
Wow. Wendy strikes again.
I think in this case, Wendy was could have been the great equalizer. Oh no, now Coper takes a death. Gimp gets out clean on the second attempt, so he'll regain the lead temporarily. And I will agree with Zero Wing. This is where a fire flower would be chef's kiss perfect. Because you could just shoot 10 fireballs, call it a day. And chat's already on the bridges. It's -1 up to 4. Coper's through 2.
Yeah, I mean, they both took a death on Wendy. I guarantee you both of them are just panicking right now. They think they're behind. Gimp for sure. And
One chat.
one bridge right up front. You never want to see that if you're behind, because now all you need to do is play forts and check, and you can see if blocks break. So you might as well just play the first forts you see.
There's 2 up front to try, and Gimp's going to try 5F1.
I think Gimp was thinking he hasn't seen the flooded fort, so he was trying to hedge his bets by playing the frog suit. And man, if Coper goes up and plays the fort, then it's going to be...
That might have been a yummy input. It is 4F1.
And now Gimp is going to play the fort. We're like even right now.
And divergent paths within the fort. As Gimp goes down, Coper takes top path.
Whoever plays cleaner is going to be the winner of this race, I think.
That's what it looks like here, but I don't know if Coper saw the pipe on the first screen that went to the promised land.
$56 fade out, $58 fade out, 2 seconds.
But Gimp
I didn't see.
saw that a
Did a lock break? Coper playing a different fort again. Gimp still having trouble with 5F1. This could be it right here. Could be it, or they both could still be wrong. Does a lock break? No.
Not this time.
Gimp might have it.
He's looking, it's the right play. Well, for Coper, what happens there? Oh, he's got it. He's got a level
and a cloud.
Hey, that's why some runners will keep a cloud into World 8 for that scenario right there. Skip a level.
Yep. Like I said, as long as it's not in your inventory when you finish the game, it's a good use. So Coper's out of cloud, so Gimp is absolutely in the driver's seat right now, and Coper is in a level that he's going to have to get out of as soon as possible.
Yeah, this would be one level where taking a fall would not necessarily be a bad thing, because this is not the correct path.
Gimp trying for the clip. The panic is setting in. He's probably looking at the race room. And now he's looking at the race room, praying and hoping he doesn't get sniped, but little does he know is he is absolutely in the driver's seat at the moment.
Down at fort for jkoper, but it ain't gonna matter because he's out of time on this one. Hi Bowser, bye Bowser. Get your GGs in chat for Gimp.
Yep, really close race, like I expected. It just one of those World 8s. One player goes one way, the other goes another, and Gimp won the coin toss.
Yep, and he receives the win.
jkoper is going to head back and see that Air Force was not the answer. Well, he's just going to play the Navy on the way back, which is going to be the answer for him anyways.
This was more like Ganon's Tower and A Link to the Past, Rando. The two runners went different ways. One was right, the one was the right way, the other wasn't.
Yep. jkoper doesn't have any clouds, so we should get to see what the final level is on the last screen. If I was playing and it was something like Atlantis, I would just forfeit.
I wouldn't blame you, because that would be just like, no, I'm not doing that finish.
Right. jkoper forgetting how to get back to the first screen. There you go.
Tied up by the pipes. Happens to all of us.
Oh yeah, happens to me all the time. What do we got?
4F1. 4-1, excuse me, what? Oh, world. All the forts in this world. That's what the brain does sometimes. Yep, chat's got it. The F stood for frog soup. And we've been informed in chat by Dust Minion that this puts Gimp at 3 and 4. With one race to go. You know, the Every Gamer clip is just giving jkoper all kinds of trouble.
Yep, see if he doesn't go for it. Gonna go with the hallway. Let's see. He can make it through. 4 fireballs to dodge. That's 3. 1 more. No laser.
Thankfully a laser wasn't there, because that would have been absolutely disgusting. And get your GGs out for jkoper, who finishes strong. With an official time of 42 minutes, 24 seconds, a team palindrome finish.
All right, well, stay tuned, everybody. We got Group 2 coming up here in a few minutes. We're going to get it rolled up, get the runners squared away, and we got one more race tonight, so stick around.
We shall return.
Okay. Welcome back, everybody. We got the Group 2 flag set coming up in this race between Gimpxtreme and jkoper. Flags are a little different. Les, why don't you tell the audience what's different about these flags?
Okay, so there's a couple so as DLP mentioned, we've got a couple different things with these flags. First and foremost, the levels themselves, for the most part, are shuffled within the worlds that they normally reside in. So, example, you see World 3, you're going to see levels from World 3. Now, there are exceptions. For worlds that have an extra fort, a level from that world gets shuffled out for that fort. And for worlds that have a fort or two less than normal, that's where those levels get shuffled to. Also, frog friendly. And the reason for that is that if 7F1 were to spawn in World 1, the seed, entering without a tail would basically be a not just a soft lock, an unwinnable situation. We don't want that.
Yep, I tend to say frog friendly out loud when I'm practicing, so I'll probably do it as commentary as well. So if I yell frog friendly, just ignore me. And Tanhouse, I rolled this one, DLP 316. So get your complaints or your praises ready for me. We'll see when World 7 comes on this flag set, because it's can be a pretty nasty world to get first. And commentators
first. Said it, not me. There's one other detail about this flag set. Coming across a toad house is a good thing, because you can get multiple items out of said toad house.
Let's go. Let's go.
jkoper is... this is one where personally I wouldn't want any part of this narrative early. If Cloud shows up, say, like, here where Gimp's at.
Yeah, I would definitely do what Gimp's doing and hope, you might get a power-up or a Cloud even, and that way you can just skip on through this nonsense. Like, look at this. What a mess. It's a power-up in this pipe if jkoper decides to go up it. It's a star. It's not really... Okay, not really going to help. Eliminates the Paragoomba.
Oh, 7F2. Now, the forts are supposed to be shuffled out of their worlds, folks. I assure you.
No power up. Let's go.
This would give just about anyone trouble.
Yeah, I don't know how many
fireballs here. Wow, what a landing!
I don't know how many times I have to say nobody rolls as bad a seeds as I do, but I don't know. Maybe this one will do the talking for me.
I don't know. The seed that Stewie Cartman rolled for me week 2 is certainly it was a thing. I will leave it at that.
That's true. And up until Stewie rolled the 25 minuter for Teeks, then that's when the doubt started occurring.
And Coper's hunting for power-ups. He may be hunting for a hammer to get out of this nonsense, with the hopes that it breaks locks. And if that does, then that is a galaxy big brain play right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say when right before he entered the level that I would probably just play that level and try to hope for a hammer, and then I saw it was 7-5 and my plans would have changed drastically.
I'd be going for a Toad House, getting
The right
2,
fort.
3 items, and then going from there.
And Gimp gets the bad news. Womp womp. Outside of 7-5 and 7F2, not a horrible world, I would say. I mean, those levels are kind of bad in and of themselves, but I mean, they avoided all the other nasty ones, so Gimp needs to take there you go, take out the sun first. jkoper's going to play the wrong fort, and he's going to do it the long way, too. That's really unfortunate. Oh, but frog friendly. Yeah. Alright, so Koper got through 7-5 on his first try, and Gimp got through 7F2 on his first try, so we'll have to see if they can match each other.
It's always that bottom left block in 7-3 that has the star, if the star pops up in the first block like it does vanilla.
Yep. Gimp took a ice block down for protection, but there's nothing down there. Now he's just got to avoid the enemies here and the Paragoombas. There's one. Alright, he should be good.
Getting the 1-up, I like this play.
Yep. I like the star play by jkoper here as well. You can just speed through the stage and not have to worry about anything slowing you down. You can get all the way to the end right before the star runs out.
Yes, using a star here, very good.
Yep. Gimp is gonna have a little bit of a lead just because he didn't play Fort Knox. So we'll see when he gets the wand grab. Koper finding that there's no power-up to save him in the beginning of this 7F2.
Kind of vanilla-ish in a way. No, wait, that's a star in vanilla. I'm mistaken.
It's been so long since vanilla, I don't even know at this point.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Alright, Koper gets a safety mushroom. Hopefully he can carry... Well, at least the end is frog friendly. So it should be a little easier to...
heavy.
Yeah. So about a 549 wand grab. Koper really taking his time, making sure he doesn't take an accidental 100 coin fine here. Just gotta nail the boom boom fight. Alright, good deal.
I didn't roll this seed, Twisted Joy. It was DLP. See, the forts shuffled. It's just the World 7 forts did not want to leave World 7 for whatever reason.
Yep, we got World 3. It looks like Double Hammer not going to be a factor this seed. And neither of them even have hammers. Gimp doing a nice job to avoid damage. Koper coming up to a very heavy Koopa. Gotta keep the high ground. Alright, nice job. So Koper's about a minute and 20 seconds behind at the moment. Gimp breaks the only lock on screen that we can see. And he's going to play a coin chip, looking for items. This is a hammer, and depending on where the lock is, or the fort is, I might just... Well, it's not, but if it was a hammer, I would probably just go searching for the end and seeing if hammers break locks, if there's one there.
I think that's why Gimp is taking a pipe check here to see if this is it, if it goes to the pipe on screen, or another pipe. And the answer is another pipe. Yeah, I think I have an idea as to what's going on here.
Yeah. So, it's clear. They're just going to have to play one level in the middle here, and then go to that next pipe, and then they're free. They just got to get through 3-3. Yeah.
No boss bass this time.
Gimp taking a little bit of time to hit the P switch, which pretty much guarantees you getting P speed to the end. Very nice. jkoper theoretically could save time if he just, for some reason, goes and plays the level and gets to the pipe. I don't think he'll do that, but you never know. Gimp going for more items. Koper's got it figured out now, I think. So Koper can save time here if he doesn't play the coin ship or the hammer bro, which, unless I'm misremembering, Gimp didn't really get anything too good.
Key wings maybe, but that's about it. And Wendy is just a junior bacon cheeseburger this time.
Yeah, so no item that's going to really make a huge impact. So if Koper can manage to skip the coin chip and the Hammer Brothers, he'll save about 30 seconds here. And he's going to, so... Koper putting himself back into a position to get back in the race. Let's see, 10-10 fade out from the king.
Did not see the item. Yeah, there's a mushroom, so nothing there. And that might be World 1 fort just obstructing the way, just based off where that lock is.
Yep, if hammers break locks, this is a pretty good place to use one if you manage to find one, but neither runner has. Lock placement here, when you break it, pretty much guarantees you're going to skip 3 levels, which is above average, I'd say, for your hammer plays. Probably not going to find out what the fort is in this world, because the levels in World 1 are pretty short, so I imagine Gimp's probably just going to go play the level in the middle tile.
Midi guy spot on, calling out the fort count has matched the worlds they're from. Like, what's not to say we're not going to get a 3-fort World 2 or something.
Gimp is going to play the fort. Now,
he might be thinking lock here.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't go for the item. Okay. I think this is kind of a mistake on Gimp's part. I think jkoper can save some time here. I mean, this middle part, you have to wait, and then you have to kill Boom Boom, and then get the orb, and wait for that all to tally up. I think if Koper skips the fort here, he's going to save even more time.
Giant enemies in 1-1. And thanks for the raid, Stewie Cartman. We are on to race number 2.
Race number 2 with a World 7 start and a forced 7-5 start. So Gimp missed 1-3 by going for the fort, so Koper might go for the item here, and it might be something big. Let's see. I think he's going to.
Yeah, he's going backstage.
Yep. So, this could be a big moment in the race. Cloud or a hammer suit even is, there you go.
Ooh. That
Massive.
could be something big.
That is so big. Could be so big. They haven't seen 6
World
yet.
6 yet.
Yeah, exactly.
And right now, World 6 as well as World 2 would be the two big spots to use a hammer. You don't see it very often in World 4 as Koper gets the free-up fireworks. He tried so hard to avoid that, but the game's like, no, no, no!
Yep, Gimp gonna hold on to about a stage and a half, 2-stage lead for right now. We'll see what the Toadstool letter gives him. If she gives him a hammer, then he can at least stay on par with Koper for right now, in case the next world is World 6. It's World 1 in the books. Let's see, I want to see World 6 next. I want to know if this hammer is going to be impactful or not right away.
My cat's breath smells like cat food. Star, and it's World 5.
Yeah. Alright, so hammer is not going to do anything in this world so far. The only way we're seeing a hammer make an impact in this world is if it's 3 forts.
Yeah, we got 2 up front, which I find interesting.
This is kind of setting up to be a longer World 5. They're going to have to play these 2 forts no matter what, so I guess it doesn't really matter if it's 3 forts because both runners are going to play both forts no matter what. Now that I got a chance to look at the map a little better. Even if they had a cloud, I don't think any runner is going to cloud one of those forts. It's just way too risky.
Absolutely. Now, if we had already seen our world with 3 forts, then it would be a good play, but here, nah.
Yeah. Not a bad fort to see. This is one of the shorter ones.
No help at door 5, so you gotta play it out as you are. Or try door 3, miss and hit a power-up as jkoper gets Narf-manned. You hate to see the Hammer Bro Marathon.
You got the bad dry bones pattern too in this fort. Is he gonna play Hammer Brothers? He's not. Okay.
Free world. Nice.
Yep. Easy 5. They avoided 5-9.
5-3.
Yep. We're gonna have to hope for a 6-6 somewhere nasty. Koper with the fire kill on Boom Boom. Every little bit counts. clawing those seconds back. 17:37 wand grab for Gimp. Koper.
He
Looking for
might
a
have
star,
wanted a
maybe?
star?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And get your command in chat.
Another fire kill. A couple more seconds.
But World 2, a lock up front.
Hammer
And we
is gonna probably be decent here. If it breaks a lock, you're guaranteed to skip 2 levels. And because the pipes are up front, if you beat this level and then, or if you go the other way, you potentially could skip 3 levels. So, is Koper gonna check and see if the hammers break the locks? That is gonna be the question.
as we wait for an answer, Gimp enters 2-5.
Hammers broke locks, and you had 2 hammers. That would be pretty much a free world, because you could take this pipe and then go break the rock. So, let's see what the map looks like. So yeah.
Hi, Boss Bass.
Koper can skip 3 levels if he waits until he gets to the rock. Wait.
Didn't want to wait. Now. I don't blame him, because it's knowledge he has that Gimp doesn't have.
Yeah. I might play.
Out in chat.
I might play a few more Hammer Brothers, knowing that. I wouldn't go way out of my way, but if they're kind of right there, I would probably be searching for another hammer right now.
Yeah, there is one in this world that, speaking of, is out of the way. But if that's the one left and you hear a movement of 2, then you know that Hammer Bro's right behind
the bro at the end. Alright, easy passage. Gimp holding on to a 1-level lead.
First level gets the Desert Oasis 2-2. Uh-oh, Gimp's taking a swim, but the enemy set isn't that bad. That can be problematic if you hit the water.
Yeah, especially when there's bloopers in there and you're just defenseless.
Nanny bloopers in particular.
Yeah. There's a hammer. Gimp gets one now. We'll see if the bro's getting Koper's way to where he has to get one as well. It's another big moment in the race here. Gimp somehow keeping P-speed.
I usually lose P-speed in that level, but usually because of sub-pixels and frame rules and all that other stuff.
Koper gonna take the top route as well. And Gimp is forced to play this Hammer Brother. Double hammer, wow. So Koper has to play both Hammer Brothers. He just has to, if he wants to stay in this, I think.
Sounds about right.
I mean, if hammers absolutely aren't a factor the rest of the way, like that's the only hope he's gonna have if he doesn't play these, and he's not going to. So that's pretty massive for Gimp if 6 or any of these worlds can even save him a level. I mean, it's just automatic time gain on your opponent.
So if we have 6, do we have 3 forts or 2? That's the only scenario we have left is a 2 and a 3.
Good question. The more forts there are, the more likely the hammer is going to come into play, and it's not going to come into play in this world. So,
unless we happen to have 3 forts here in World 4. If we only have 2, then World 6 has 3.
Very true. Good point. As of right now, Gimp is probably 10 seconds ahead, and now technically behind.
Yeah, that's a yummy input death, I think.
Wow. The other hope jkoper can have is that 1 or 2 hammer brothers in this world he has to play and has a hammer. That way, at least in World 6, he can stay on pace with Gimp, and it's much more likely that a hammer's not going to be useful in 8 as opposed to 6. So if he can get at least 1 hammer from one of these bros, then that can nullify Gimp's item advantage at the moment. They finish in sync.
Koper's like frames ahead at this point.
Yep.
Yo, MIDI guy! We have ourselves our own 1 in 5,040 or scenario like it. The number of forts stayed static to vanilla, so no levels shuffled out of their respective worlds.
Gimp has a cloud. Gimp has a cloud. I don't know if Koper does. So Gimp is going to play more Hammer Brothers, so that's more time that Koper first into the level. Oh, that's such a tough jump. We are literally neck and neck. Both down to Super Mario.
Gimp being a bit more, maybe a bit too cautious with that jump as he missed the landing and takes a fall.
Koper's got it. Oh my gosh. They both second seed.
At the goal line. Gimp's taking the high road. jkoper's just trying again.
Yep, Gimp is taking the slowly but surely route. It's gonna get him through first. Koper's gotta have good handles here. A lot of one tile jumps.
It's one of the things that makes 4-5 tricky. And we
Look
got
out!
4F2. Oh, it's a rude ambush! At this point, do you try the other level?
I don't know, because he already knows everything about this level, and if the other level is like the if it's 4-3, I mean that's kind of a long stage to go through, and that's also not particularly safe. So I think you just have to keep going along with this one.
Chat pointing out, it feels like Koper is tilted, you know. After taking 2 deaths like that, just at the end of a level, just about anybody would be tilted.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're heading into 6. It's 3 forts. The question is, how many of them are required?
Yep. The whole storyline of the race is going to come down to right here. Do the hammers. Give Gimp a big advantage. I mean, it's all going to come down to this, basically.
The layout of this world's going to be a huge factor this time. We see 3 pipes up front, so the odds of that aren't so great. And
he's just going. Yep. I agree with this. Just hammer away.
3 locks. Yeah, just go full on. Oh, boy. I think this is take the fine in the cloud if you got it territory.
Yeah, I think he's safe the cloud at this point. I think he's just gonna see if he can just speed through it, he'll take it, but if not, like, then I'll cloud. That's the vibe that I'm getting from this. He's not really stopping for anything. And it looks like he's gonna get through the gauntlet.
There's still a mini gauntlet of enemies up ahead.
Yeah.
A pile driver Goomba, a Goomba, and a Parakeet with out of bounds. Oh yeah, cheap, and a
cross bass outside. Look out! Nope, it's just that.
Nope, it's just one of those spike blubbers that have been around. At least that's what I think they're called nowadays. They were known simply as Spike back in the day. Heavy.
I guess he's not technically safe to cloud. That first fort could be whatever's blocking at the end. Koper had a hammer. Okay.
And he has a cloud. He might use it here. I know I would consider using it here myself, but that's just me.
Yeah, I'd probably risk it. If you risk it and the second fort doesn't do it, though, that's pretty much... But this fort does do it. We're clear.
Gimp's got a cloud in reserve, and he P-wings. It's the right call, because it's the World 7 airship.
Just let it go, Koper. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, that one is 100% not worth it.
So interesting that Gimp is taking a cloud into World 8, because in this flag set, we know what the levels are going to be. It's going to be the 3 hand stages in 8-1 and 8-2. If you can use a cloud in World 8 on 8-1 or 8-2, I think that's a really, really good cloud usage. Otherwise, pretty much any level in the game is going to be better the cloud than the hand stage, I think. Time length-wise, at least. Yeah, the hand stages could have like a hammer suit, and that ultimately gives you, an advantage, but the hand stages are pretty short, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh no, a double marathon for jkoper. That one was painful.
It's a good thing he is going to play this fort, because not only is it probably the answer, the Navy is also really short. Especially if you do P-speed.
It's getting P-speed that's often the challenge in the Navy, I've found. Ooh, we got 4 pipes up front.
Right. This is a gambler's dream.
One bridge.
Because if you feel behind, odds are you can take a pipe that your opponent's not going to, and that takes you nowhere, so Koper can already save some time if he routes just a little bit different. But he's got to get there before time runs out, and that turns it linear at this point.
Yeah, no doubt. And with 2 forts right here on the hand bridge, I see no reason for Gimp to not play both.
Oh man, it's such a tough call. Usually have to factor in if I feel behind, how far I feel behind. And the biggest factor is if that lock breaks. If the lock breaks up top, then, you know, it's not even a decision. At that point, you're going to play the second one. If it doesn't break, that's when... Don't know if you want to hit the Gamble-matic 9000 or not.
Yeah, because at that point, it's a 33 1/3 chance that you've played the correct fort.
Yep.
Which is exactly what it is, but Gimp is right here. He's not taking any chances.
Yep. I mean, there's a chance that neither of these are the answer as well, so jkoper might find just a different way entirely. Rock friendly, but he is going to go to the dead end. Alright. Did Gimp get the right one, or does jkoper have a shot here?
Now it's 50-50.
Yeah, you like to see that if you're Gimp. Really like to see that.
Got a high five from our runners here.
Wow.
And you're telling me there's a chance?
Looks like jkoper's gonna take the same route though, so Gimpxtreme is definitely in the driver's seat for this second seed, I think. jkoper's gonna have to really pull some sort of intuition out to go find the fort that he needs to play.
The types at the end of the hand bridge loop amongst each other. And
False
Gimp
tank.
just entered army.
Fake tank. He's not taking a death. Wants to keep his power up, I guess. This is buying jkoper more time. I understand wanting to keep the power up, but if I took damage anywhere, I'm just exiting out. But maybe he's hoping for a hammer suit? Possible.
An extra
jkoper
cloud, potentially, because that would allow him to double cloud that middle panel, but nope, it's a P-win.
Yeah. jkoper checked after one fort, so unfortunately I think he's going to go back. Yeah. Gimp. This is a validated and an acceptable seed, because we got 2F in World 8 too. I don't know if I agree with that cloud play, because I'm pretty sure he's going to have to play that anyways. And now he's not going to be able to go back to the hand bridge to see if this fort breaks the lock or not. That's the only way he's going to be able to tell if he's clear or not. It's by checking the hand bridge on the way back.
Dueling fire kills from our runners, as at this point you just play it out. Because you get... Yeah, 8-2, taking the sands.
jkoper has a chance here. If jkoper plays the level that Gimp clouded, and that next fort is the one that builds the bridge, jkoper's going to have it. Gimp could be doing an extra level and fort here for no reason. jkoper's got to find the dark area, though. He's got to find it now.
And gatekeeper could be our gatekeeper, or it could be just blocking off the lock that's blocking nothing.
Take the death, jkoper.
Now I would. Especially after that flame jet. Especially after that.
Ugh, man. Well, Gimp is still going to have to play the level on the way back, so depending on what the level is, misses the one cycle.
Doesn't matter because frog friendly.
Alright. Coper's only shot is going to be that this last level is a problem.
Where is Coper going? Did he think that was... I don't even know what he's thinking right now.
Yeah, I mean, he had to have thought that regular tank was super tank.
8-1.
And it's 8-1. 8-1 and 8-2. Oh my gosh, Coper had a shot. Ugh.
If I play like this and I'm Coper, I'm feeling sick to my stomach.
Yep. Gimp still got to make it through the hardest part of 8-1, though. Let's see. He's got a tail. He's going to fly. Fire set. Nice tail whip.
Yeah, that was a good one. I think MIDI guy hit the nail on the head. jkoper probably tunnel visioned. And that could happen to anybody.
Gimp gonna take it nice and easy. Nice little float over the top.
Right now, Coper's only chance is to check immediately after this.
Yep. He's gonna have to have some help from Gimp. Alright. No Bowser item. Hammers not really didn't come into play, so Coper lucked out for sure.
He's pressing on.
Yeah, Gimp is going to win this one pretty comfortably at this point. Let's see if he sees if there's a fire flower. Doesn't even care.
Coming up at the 40-minute mark, I can't say I necessarily blame him.
Yep, they both took pretty costly deaths that they both probably think that they're behind, so... It's clipped by the fireball. See those cuddle strats for the win. As long as he positions himself right, he's going to come away with this 2-0. Really curious to see which fort actually was the required one.
Yeah, we got it down to 2.
Where's Dust Minion? I summon you.
And Gimp sends Bowser crashing through the floor. Get your GGs in chat for Gimpxtreme, who's going to go 2-0 in this Week 4 matchup.
Yep, he just played a little faster, a little cleaner, routed just a little better, and I mean, it was really close there for a minute. jkoper had a shot to win it, but when you're behind and you start level pegging and routing exactly how your opponent routes, you're not making up time and just run out of time in the seed, and that's sort of what happened to jkoper.
Yep, that could happen to anybody. Oh, there's a fire flower in 8-1, but jkoper doesn't want it.
Nope, he's just going to keep the P-Wing, just get through the level. By now, I'm sure he's looking at Chad, or at the race room, and it's always a gut punch when you're both in 8 and so close to the end and the other person finishes. Oh, I think I got a mark. Okay, somebody marked him done already.
I think I beat you to the punch on that one.
Alright. Coper is going to use a Tanuki suit. We'll see if he checks for Fire Flower power up.
I want to be facing to the left here because that ghost gonna catch up, and the ghost does catch up as we welcome Gimpxtreme to the booth. GG. So those two seeds, whew, interesting parts to both runs.
Yeah,
for sure.
Lots of hammers that didn't do anything in the first seed. I felt like every Koopa Kid was at least 4 hits or higher. That was kind of devastating because it felt like forever.
Cooper missed the jump.
Yeah, so trying hard to remember the first seed. Both seeds were really close. The second seed, jkoper got a hammer that you didn't early on, and he hammered in World 2, so he skipped 2 levels there, and that brought it really close. And then you got 2 hammers that Koper didn't get, but he ended up finding one as well, and then the second one that you had wasn't even useful, so you guys sort of broke even at that point. If Koper would have held on to that first hammer and used it somewhere else, I think it would have given him like a level lead, but I mean, you use it where you use it, as long as you can skip some levels, so that's sort of how that second seed went.
Yeah, with the cloud, I know I made a weird move in World 8 with the cloud, but I was trying to save it for something big. I could have used it on 6-6, but I was like, when I got to World 8, I didn't really want to risk playing a long level and dying, so I was like, I'm just going to skip, get to the fortresses, and see what they are. And luckily, I had a tail to go into 8-1, so I felt like it was a good skip, even though it seemed a little weird.
Yeah, even if you skipped 6-6, it still wasn't guaranteed that you could have made it to the end, because there was a fort in the beginning that you didn't play. So I mean, you could have skipped 6-6 and ended up having to do it anyways. Thankfully, that fort at the end was the right answer. But we welcome jkoper to the booth as well. Welcome, GG.
Thanks, GG.
GG, jkoper.
Yeah, my only regret in the second race is not using my cloud on in World 6.
Yep, you both played through it. You both got through it the first try. You guys were probably like 6 seconds apart, almost going into World 8, and Gimp just found the route a little faster and played just a little cleaner. The only shot at one point would have been jkoper if you would have played 8-1 in the fort and then turned around and checked, because we don't know which fort actually broke the bridge, if it was the first one in the dark room or the second one, because you both basically did the same route through 8.
Dust Minion had that answer in chat. It was actually Spike Fort.
Was it? Okay. See, I thought it was, but I felt like it was too much time to go all the way back to check. Like, I felt like that would have made a difference.
Yeah, I was still debating if I wanted to game over after beating the fort that I needed to, or both of those forts, and I didn't want to game over before I beat both of them in case I needed the other one. And then, but then I had 10 lives. That was too many.
Oh, yeah.
So that's too much to consider game over.
Yeah, it's a really hard call to make. I mean, I've literally, there's races that I can think of that stand out in my mind where I literally just needed one bridge and went back 3 times to check and see that it wasn't the bridge, and my opponent just played the forts and ended up losing even though I was ahead. So I mean, I definitely see the logic behind playing the level and the fort. Of course, it was, you guys had to play 8-1 and 8-2. Could have been any of the hand stages, but no, it's 8-1 and 8-2. So
it had to be. I mean, we saw 7-5, we saw 7 of 2 in the beginning with no power ups, so it had to be that one.
I mean, the other stages were all around that area, the dark room. So they could have just been shuffled differently.
That was something that gave Gimp a slight advantage in the beginning. Jkoper played through Fort Knox, whereas Gimp, you just went and played 7F2 right away. So that gave you a little bit of a lead. Would have been more, but frog friendly, of course. So it's, the shortest fort that we have now. And Jkoper was small too, so that really could have been a big time swing, but thankfully it was frog friendly. So that was just of course, World 7 start is never easy, but not too bad, all things considered.
Yeah.
So you found a path directly to the other fort? That's interesting.
Yeah, I bounced around the pipes a bunch until I found something that gave me a pretty open choice of going left or right. I will say that
Jkoper did what I was saying. What I would probably do would just be, I was saying I would do this until I saw it was 7-5, but my initial strategy, I was like, play the level and play the piranha. If it is a hammer, I can break the lock, and then I don't even have to go find the fort. That's what I probably would have done with that.
That's
until I thought it was 7-5.
That 7-5 was actually fairly nice. A lot of Goombas, just the sun. Usually it's like fire snakes, fire chomps, big, boss bass, or little cheap. It's like, it's the worst.
Yeah, the nice thing about the sun was I killed it early and then it never came back. So, kill a boss bass and it's back, 10 seconds later. So.
Yeah, and I had eaten inputs in 5F1 twice. That last jump, I just ate my input and I fell right into the lava both times.
Yeah, you both. It was kind of, I don't know if that's not funny. That's not the right word, but you guys were both races. You were like neck and neck at like very critical moments of the race. And then you both died at like the exact same time. And I was saying on commentary, I was like, both them probably think that they're so far behind after taking that death in that moment, like against a Koopa kid or like late in a stage. But it was like, it was happening to both of you at the same time. So I was like, it's just really interesting to see, the same thing happen. And I was just always wonder like what people are thinking when they're racing and stuff like that happens.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like the Swiss did its job and gave good races in the final round here for people to watch. Yeah, those the deaths that I had in the level that shoots the bullet bills that turn around, those were really upsetting.
I had one too as well.
Yeah, that was one of the moments actually when you were literally like step for step in that stage, and then you both died at basically the same point. But yeah, they were both really, really close races. The first one I think had more lead changes. I want to say there were like 7 or 8 lead changes in the first race, and then the second one there weren't as many, but it was just statically close pretty much the whole race, especially after Jkoper got that first hammer that you didn't get, Gimp.
That hammer too, when I got it, I was like, man, I have a feeling he may have gotten that way ahead of me. Like his hammer probably went towards him instead of away from me. But I mean, it worked out.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was over when you got 2 hammers in World 2 and Koper didn't get any. I basically was saying, like, if the locks come into play at all, like, you're going to have a huge advantage unless Jkoper can get, like, 1 hammer at least from something just to sort of try to hold off and hope, you have to take a hammer into World 8, which is what ended up happening because he got a hammer somewhere as well. So the advantage went from 2-0 to it not really being a factor. So that was also one of the storylines in the second seed.
Yeah, that layout of World 8 negated hammer advantage for sure. No doubt about it.
Yeah, how about for both seeds, the first pipe leading straight to Bowser? How about that?
Oh, yeah. I didn't even realize it was both seeds.
I think both seeds I took a different pipe just to take a gamble. So, yeah, I don't think it's worth taking a hammer into World 8, personally. I think they can save more time consistently on other worlds.
Yeah, I think I've taken a hammer into World 8 a few times, and it's worked out maybe once ever. So
I
I'm
often
kinda with you on
find
that.
that hammers in World 8 to be a detriment because I can't even begin to tell you how many seeds. Like, I break a lock on the dark stage and it's just worthless. And then now I have to play forts, and now I don't know what forts break what locks. So then it ends up being like a detriment as opposed to helping. But like every once in a while, and it's extremely rare, you hammer a lock and it takes you to the end and there's no bridges. But I mean, that doesn't happen enough to where
No.
like I can justify bringing a hammer into World 8 anymore.
Yeah,
I still do, but that's only because I think I've benefited from that like twice, and I think one of them was my Challenge Cup series against Ryko Rider.
yeah. The big thing about that, usually if I see a lock in front of a pipe, that's the one I'm gonna break because generally that's gonna lead me where I need to go, especially in World 8.
Yep. Yeah, if you guys don't have anything else to add, I think that's a pretty good place to call it for the evening. It's gonna be a real fun watch back for you guys. I think if you decide to watch it, it's very close races, both really fun watch.
Yeah, I think I'd just be frustrated.
Sorry.
Yeah, so it's something interesting that happened there is it started raining pretty hard in the middle of that second race, and it's a little curious whether it was gonna like storm super bad. I don't even know if there was rain in the forecast, so that's crazy. But yeah, anyway, thanks so much for the commentary and the restream and everything like that, and thanks Kim for the 2 good races, and I guess we'll see you guys in the bracket one way or another.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Thanks to both you guys, DLP and Leslie and jkoper. Good races, man. It's always fun when they're close, and well, yeah, I'm looking forward to brackets.
Yep, for sure. Yep, that's it for me then. Leslie, if you want to get us out of here, we'll see you next time.
Absolutely. I'm looking at the SpeedGaming schedule right now, and the only things on the schedule for tomorrow are a pair of Mario 3 Randomizer tournament matches with channels to be determined at 7. Paradox versus Arcade Riot at 10. The second end of the doubleheader, Ryko Rider versus Animus United. And at 11 p.m. Eastern, there's also the Link to the Past Randomizer Daily Race, a casual boot seed. However, the recently discussed and discovered Specky clip is allowed. That's a thing done in Swamp Palace. But with that being said, please give our runners a follow. They were the true stars of the show. And also, if you feel so inclined, give myself and DLP a follow. We're both in the tournament. We're both playing for bracket positioning this particular week. My next race is tomorrow not tomorrow, Friday at 9. And on that note, till next time, stay kind, stay safe, stay awesome. We'll see you on the other side of the next pipe check. Good night, everybody.